Look, we are at the point where it literally pains me to have to get on here and talk about these ass clowns because I am so sick of them. Right now, we have the people who have complained about bullying this whole game doing the actual bullying in the house at the Final Five. And personally, as much as I like to go scorched earth about Twitter, I cannot wait until Twitter actually bullies them to actually, maybe they'll actually learn what the term means. But before we get to all that, let's actually talk about a little bit about the game. We're going to start with Riley, actually. And Riley posting a live, cheering on Matt when he was winning at the double.
Oh my god, Matt's gonna win!
This is so fake to me. So fake.
Get it, Matt. Easy does it. Wait.
Fraudulent. This is fraudulent.
Dude, this is his second veto.
The fake enthusiasm of somebody who's hoping to be a gold digger if and when Matt wins this game. Now, should Matt win this game? I don't think so. I mean, I think Jag winning this game, because he was voted out unanimously, there's going to be a ton of people, including myself, who will consider him the worst Big Brother winner of all time, because when somebody on Survivor was voted out and came back in the game and won, they were held to that same standard of possibly being the worst winner in Survivor history. So the same energy should 100% be kept if Jag happens to win this season. However, in saying that, I look at Matt's game, I look at Bowie's game, hell, I even look at Felicia's game. And despite Jag, almost unanimously, like he was voted out of the game, almost unanimously everyone would consider him the worst winner of all time. And yet, I don't think Matt or Bowie or even Felicia deserve the win over him at this point. Because you look at Felicia's game, she's actually the less of the evils here, but on her sole HOA so far, she got out one of her main allies, and it happened to be one of the worst mistakes made in this game by somebody in this game. I mean, Felicia, Izzy, and Suri also, and they all made that mistake, but she was the HOH, so it was her decision, really, and she was led astray, and it was the wrong decision. So that alone was a pretty big blunder. But then you look at Bowie, who not only didn't start playing until 2 months into the season and did a lot of crying about bullying, and now is literally okay with getting third place. She was okay with just making jury. She is one of those people cast that is not trying to win the game whatsoever and tries to help other people win the game. Nobody respects that. And so far from the evicted house guests, we know that nobody really respects her game thus far. And even now that she's at the end of the game, where she could use maybe her social game to win the game by having a bitter jury against Jag or Matt, she too is being ugly and having a terrible social game. So does she really deserve to win over Jag, who would be considered the worst winner of all time? No. And then there's Matt, because like I said in my last video, I don't think Matt truly understands the game. I think Matt, being one of the two people who have yet to been on the block, should have tried to get Bowie up on the block so that he can be the sole person to not be on the block. But I don't think Matt actually sees that he has played a good social game. I don't see it. I think Matt has played a soft, hide behind Jag game. And sure, you can say that Jag's going to get all this blood on his hands, and maybe he did, and maybe Bowie got some blood on her hands too. But now Matt is getting blood on his hands. So what exactly did he do that is such a good game outside of me? Because at this point, we're at the Final Five, going into Final Four. His argument that he hasn't been on the block doesn't really matter because neither has Bowie Jane. So I just don't see how Matt would be a good winner either, and if Matt really deserves the win over Jag. So either way you slice the end of this season, we're going to get the worst winner in Big Brother history when it comes to gameplay anyway. Because to me, some of the worst winners thus far in this show would be Jordan, because she only won because of production's major twist that season, and because of her being in a showmance, and her showmance did a lot of the legwork to help Jordan win that game. At most, Jordan had a personal little social game, but not even close to being well-rounded. I think Evil Dick is a terrible winner as well, because he's another person that only won because of a production twist. And then you have, I would say, Josh, another bad winner. But unlike the other two, at least Josh did something in the end. I mean, he did actually look to have jury management at the end of that game, which is something, and more than I can say for Dick or Jordan. The winner of this season has nothing. You could say Jag won the little competitions, the little carnival competitions, whoop-de-doo. Jag and Matt are a combined age of like 50. And then Bowie and Suri and Felicia are at a combined age of like 150. So like, give me a break. And yeah, I saw a couple comments. Jag did win some competitions when Cam and Jared were in the game. The vast majority of his competition wins, though, came when Cam and Jared were gone, and he just had to go against America and Corey, who couldn't win to save their lives, and the three oldest people in the game, and then Matt, who was throwing competitions, because Matt doesn't know what type of game he wanted to play, and we see that now because his game doesn't make sense to me anyway. So yeah, the winner of the season will be the worst winner in Big Brother history. When it comes to gameplay, but also the way they're acting now, they might be one of the worst winners personality-wise as well. You know, the Big Brother 9 winner is in prison, so I mean he's probably the worst person to win the game. But then there's of course the winner of Big Brother 21, who was a terrible person. But they're kind of acting similar to Big Brother 21 now, with this whole the way they're Bowie and Matt and Jag are acting towards Suri and Felicia is very similar to Big Brother 21. All this complaining this season about what people were saying, and all of these dumb Big Brother interviewers, you know, giving all this shit to Jared over shit he said. But now we have actual actions. Jag, Matt, Bowie have all complained about bullying in this game when they clearly don't know the term, because at no point were they bullied. They were lied to, and the game was used against them. But they're coming off as players who can't play unless they make things personal, or unless they victimize themselves to try and justify their actions rather than just playing the game. But it's been a lot of projecting that they had been bullied because people were lying to them. It's why I've called Jag a wussy pussy this entire season, and Matt's a pussy too. I was wrong about one thing in my last video. I was ranting about Gen Z again, and Matt's technically a millennial. Barely, though. He's by like 1 year, so I mean, it's a shame for the millennials that Matt is a millennial, because he's pretty pathetic like the Gen Zers this season. Alas, they are now actually doing bullying by trying to keep Suri and Felicia in their place, and this whole hiding the alcohol from them because they don't deserve any, when clearly Bowie just has alcohol tendencies. And while my cast assessment this season was not as accurate as it was last season, I did say in my cast assessment that Bowie might be a bogan, and she is. I mean, we're clearly seeing it now. The bogan tendencies of Bowie to be a trashy individual. You know, somebody that lies about their age and has their whole life is somebody that clearly cannot grow up. And the way she has acted this season shows me that she cannot grow up. But now this whole keep the alcohol away from Suri and Felicia, or just give them a half a wine bottle while those three keep a wine bottle and a half and beers. I think Bowie has some alcohol problems. I mean, she has been swallowing her mouthwash this season at times, so she has issues, and it's now coming across in the end, which is very similar to Jackson in Big Brother 21, is it not? They casted somebody who was having literal withdrawals from his addiction because the show is a mess constantly. And now Bowie Jane is being a mess with her alcoholism, and they are now planning on trying to break Felicia once Suri goes by trying to keep her up all night and doing some tactics we saw from Big Brother 21 to keep them in their place. So very problematic. Actual bullying, in my opinion, because it's in actions. It's actions and not words. I know social media always wants to get up in arms about words, but actions will always speak louder than words. And what we are seeing by the actions of these three is that not only will they be trash winners on a game sense, it's the worst Final Four of all time when it comes down to gaming, by far, in my opinion. But they will also be a trash winner up there with Big Brother 21 winner, in my opinion. So as this season just never ends because it's been way too long and it's been a very miserable season to me. Thankfully, we're just a little over a week left, and we will never have to hear from these irrelevant people again because nobody's really watching this season. This season, on Sunday episodes, from the beginning of the season to now, has lost over 1 million viewers. And you could say, oh, they're going up against football. I don't like the excuses. Monday Night Raw goes up against football and hasn't lost over 1 million viewers. It's a trash product, and it is what it is. So, these three, they can hate on Suri right now all they want, talk all this shit about Suri, but the person that was actually on TV back when Survivor was getting over 15 million viewers, and now they're on this little show getting 2.5 million viewers, if that. Good luck in your future endeavors, because only one of these three idiots are going to win the game. And actually, Felicia has a chance if she can win some HOHs. So we'll see which loser wins. But, either way, it will truly be a loser and the worst winner in the history of the show.